Have you ever noticed how entrepreneurs will spend weeks choosing the perfect business name, but only about 10 seconds checking if they can actually use it? It's funny when you think about it. People will debate fonts, logo colors, website designs, even the shape of their business cards. Then, when it comes to the one thing the state actually cares about, the legal business name, they rush through it. And that's exactly where expensive mistakes begin. Because if your business name isn't available, everything built around it suddenly has to change. Your website, your branding, your marketing, maybe even the trust you've already started building. The good news? There's a simple way to avoid all of that. Hi, I'm Bobby Casey, founder of BusinessAnywhere.io. For more than 20 years, I've helped entrepreneurs launch businesses, stay compliant, and avoid the small mistakes that can become very expensive later. And today, we're walking through how to do a Virginia business entity search, the smart first step before forming your LLC or corporation. Now I know what you're probably thinking. It's just a name search. How complicated can it be? Well, it's actually a little more important than most people realize, because you're not simply asking whether someone already owns your exact business name. You're asking whether your name is legally distinguishable from every other registered business in Virginia. And those are two very different things. Let's imagine your dream company is called Blue Ridge Creative Studio. You search for that exact phrase, nothing comes up. Fantastic, right? Well, not necessarily. What if there's already a company called Blue Ridge Creative Group, or Blue Ridge Studios, or Blue Ridge Design Collective? Even though those names aren't identical, they may still create confusion. That's why experienced entrepreneurs don't search for one exact name. They investigate, think of yourself as a detective instead of a business owner for a few minutes, search individual words, search combinations, search similar spellings, search abbreviations. If your company includes words like solutions, consulting, partners, or services, try searching without them as well. You're trying to understand the entire landscape, not just find one answer. Now, where do you actually perform this search? Virginia makes it relatively straightforward. The Virginia State Corporation Commission provides an online business entity search tool that allows you to review registered businesses across the state. Once you begin searching, you'll see records showing existing business entities and their current status. And speaking of status, let's spend a minute there because this is where people often get confused. You may see labels like active, inactive, terminated, canceled, or other filing statuses. Here's the mistake many entrepreneurs make. They assume an inactive company automatically means the business name is available. Sometimes that's true, sometimes it isn't. A business status simply tells you about the company's legal standing. It doesn't automatically guarantee you can register that same name tomorrow. There may still be restrictions, reserved rights, or administrative requirements that affect availability. So don't make assumptions based solely on status. Let's zoom out for a moment, because this isn't only about satisfying Virginia's filing requirements. This is really about protecting your future brand. Think about everything connected to your business name: your domain, your email address, your logo, your invoices, your social media accounts, your advertising, your customer reviews. Changing those later isn't just inconvenient, it can be expensive. That's why investing a little extra time today can save you a lot of money tomorrow. Here's something else I always recommend. Don't choose a business name simply because it's available. Choose one that's memorable. Can customers pronounce it easily? Can they spell it after hearing it once? Would someone remember it after a single conversation? Imagine telling someone your business name at a networking event. If they immediately ask you to repeat it 3 times, that might not be the strongest branding choice. Simple usually wins. Clear usually wins. Memorable almost always wins. Now let's talk about something entrepreneurs sometimes forget: the internet. Even if your name is legally available in Virginia, check whether your website domain is still available. Look at your social media handles too. Customers expect consistency. If your website says one thing, your Instagram says another, and your LinkedIn uses a completely different variation, your brand becomes harder to recognize. Building consistency from day one creates a much stronger professional image. Suppose you've completed your search and found a name that looks promising. Does that mean you're ready to form your business? Almost. The Virginia State Corporation Commission will still review your filing when you officially submit your LLC or corporation documents. Your business name must comply with Virginia's naming rules. For example, an LLC generally needs to include include an appropriate designator like limited liability company or LLC. Certain restricted words involving banking, insurance, engineering, medicine, or other regulated industries may require additional approvals before they can be used. So availability is an important first step, but it's not the final approval. Here's another piece of advice that comes from working with entrepreneurs for more than 2 decades. Don't rush because you're excited. I understand the excitement. You've got the business idea. You're ready to launch. You want to order business cards tonight and publish your website tomorrow. But successful businesses aren't usually built by moving the fastest. They're built by making fewer avoidable mistakes. A careful business entity search might take 15 or 20 minutes. That's a tiny investment compared to the time and money required to rebrand an entire company later. Let's quickly bring everything together. Start with the Virginia Business Entity Search Database. Search your complete business name. Search individual keywords. Search similar variations. Review existing entities carefully. Don't assume inactive businesses automatically make a name available. Think beyond legal approval by checking domains and social media handles. And choose a name that's not only compliant, but one your customers will actually remember. Because your business name is often the very first promise you make to the marketplace. Make sure it's one you can build on for years to come. And if you'd like help forming your Virginia LLC, appointing a registered agent, maintaining compliance, or managing your business as it grows, that's exactly what we help entrepreneurs do every day at Business Anywhere. From LLC formation and registered agent services to compliance support, bookkeeping, and ongoing business management, we simplify the administrative side of entrepreneurship so you can spend more time growing your business. You'll find helpful resources and links in the description below. And remember, great businesses aren't built on lucky guesses. They're built on smart decisions made before the paperwork is ever filed. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.